Well, good morning and welcome, Nigeria. Welcome to the weekday pick-me-up that you've been waiting for. I would like to think, hey, it's Wake Up Nigeria, and we're here to make your Wednesday a whole lot brighter than you anticipated.
We're actually really excited to be right here with you. We're giving you that daily dose of positivity, laughter, and of course, power to help you power through the week.
Yes, indeed. It's the midweek, the middle of the week, and that means you've got the perfect opportunity to recharge, refocus, and also rock the rest of the week until Friday like a champion. Hey.
Wake Up Nigeria is not just a show, it's a movement, it's family. We're here to inspire, uplift, bring you joy in your mornings, and also remind you that every single day is a gift.
Absolutely. Very true. Very true. Whoa, what do you have on your head?
I have a gift.
I like it though.
Thank
it's
you.
not bad.
Thank you.
How long have you been rocking that?
A few hours.
How will you go to bed tonight?
The same way I go to bed every night.
It doesn't get in the way?
No, it doesn't. It's actually quite light and soft, and it's
okay,
just
interesting.
something different. But you know, we're talking about every day being a gift. Now there are a lot of families in Hawaii.
Oh yeah, that's happening.
Are just going through something so incredible.
It's the fires, yes?
Yeah, the forest fires, or it's more than that. Imagine forest fires getting all the way to the sea before they die out.
That's right.
It's really, really sad, but we know that something's got to give soon enough. But hey, the secret to having that nice morning boost is sticking here with us. We have loads of more updates for you coming your way soon.
Absolutely. My name is Mazino Appeal.
And I'm Titilaya Oyinson. We would love for you to be part of our conversations today. Use our handles, a handle at TVC Connect, using our hashtag WakeUpNigeriaOnTVC, because we love to hear from you.
Yeah, and for those of you on the go, if you're going anywhere, please carry us with you. Please use the app. It's simple. Just download it. It's on Google Play Store or on iOS.
Yeah. When it comes to where we're airing right now, this is GOTV channel 16 or indeed UHF channel 49. Let's make this Wednesday the best one yet.
Yes, indeed. Need we remind you guys, stay with us all the way till 9 o'clock for the full dose of Wake Up Nigeria, the power that you need to conquer anything. Anyhow, let's tell them what we have coming up.
We will be having a relationship discussion today. Seun Olabode is going to be here discussing the topic shopping for love. We have the founder and lead counselor of the Relationship and Marriage Academy, a platform that offers pragmatic approaches to helping individuals heal and forge lasting marriages.
Now, coming up for a musical performance, we have music sensation, singer, songwriter, recording and performing act Amaka in the studio here with us. She will be thrilling us to her latest single. We can't wait to have that. Finally.
Finally.
You go.
Yeah, joining us on the couch is Yoruba Nollywood actor, the one and only. He's the Bond. He's the James Bond of the movie industry right now. He actually has had us in mind to come and talk to us on the show for quite a while. We will be having him right here on the couch, interpreting all the roles he's been cast for. And it's going to be an interesting discussion. You need to stay close for that one.
Kiki Bakary there will be joining us soon. Can't wait to have that conversation. Welcome, lady. Welcome. What? Whoa.
The Wake Up Nigeria princess is in the building.
How intentional is this?
Very intentional,
Yes.
you know.
Very interesting.
Happy birthday,
Thank you.
Winfrey.
Thank
You
you.
look glorious.
Thank you.
And in all your glory,
Thank you.
we pray the sun shines down on you.
Here we go.
Yes, so we
Indeed.
yeah.
I would like to say, first off, finally, Princess of Wake Up Nigeria, you're catching up with me in age. So all those jokes and
But the funny
quips
and interesting thing
and
is I
everything,
can never catch up with you.
You will catch up. I've
Even
stopped.
if
I have stopped
twice
aging.
every year. As you know,
whatever.
twice every year, I will never catch up.
Tell you guys something, however. What you don't know is there are certain parts of your body that don't stop growing as long as you're alive. So for as long as you're alive, they keep growing.
Okay.
Winfrey has it bad because that part of the body is the ear, and Winfrey's ears are already big.
Really?
How big have they gotten now? It's our thing. We have each other.
It's
not
funny.
on her birthday. Stop it.
It's fine. It's totally fine.
It's not.
It's fine. It's totally fine.
She always has to come back. Don't worry. She'll get me. She'll get me back.
Not today. Today I choose love and light, and of course none of that is you. So that's totally fine.
See, I told you she'll get me back. It's okay. Anyhow, congratulations. Welcome.
Thank you, thank you, thank you.
And
What are you wearing today, please?
I'm wearing May 27. So yeah, she made this dress in like 24 hours.
This is beautiful.
Thank
It
you.
is.
Interesting.
May
Thank you.
27. That's the name of her brand.
Yeah, that's the name of the brand.
And I love what you have on your head. Those are pearls. Is that like a pearl tiara?
Yes, it is.
A proper princess
Yeah,
vibe today.
you know.
Don't worry, we're waiting for the small chocolate and the cake.
I keep waiting. I hope you ordered it.
somebody might have not gotten that memo.
Okay.
Well,
got the memo.
it's going to be a great day. As you can see, started very right. So you guys can only expect the best.
Hello and good morning. It's time for a news update right here on Wake Up Nigeria. My name is Titilayo Onyison. Thanks for joining us. We begin in Abuja, where the federal government yesterday said there will be no increase in the pump price of premium motor spirit, also known as petrol, anywhere in the country. That was according to the special advisor to the president on media and publicity, Ajuri Ngali, who noted that the market has been deregulated and will remain so. He emphasized that government will address the inefficiencies within the midstream and downstream petroleum subsectors to maintain prices where they are without having to resort to a reversal of the administration's policy on the petroleum industry.
Mr. President wishes to assure Nigerians, following the announcement by the NNPC Limited just yesterday, that there will be no increase in the pump price of petroleum motor spirit anywhere in the country. We repeat, the President affirms that there will be no increase in the pump price of petroleum motor spirit. We also wish to affirm that the President is determined to maintain competitive tension within all subsectors of the petroleum industry.
Now, the federal government has applied to withdraw the alleged possession of firearms charge against the former governor of the Central Bank of Nigeria, Godwin Emefiele. The prosecution also says it has pending 20-count fresh charges against the defendant, bordering on alleged illegal procurement. This happened at the Federal High Court in Lagos. We have more details in this report.
Last week, the vacation judge of the Federal High Court Lagos, Nicholas Owebo, fixed Tuesday, August the 15th, to hear applications from both the defense, which is seeking to have the charges dropped, on account of the failure of the prosecution to obey the court order granting bail to the defendant, while the prosecution is seeking the leave of court to appeal against the order granting him bail. But on Tuesday, the Director of Public Prosecutions at the Federal Ministry of Justice told the judge that his decision to withdraw the charges is informed by emerging facts and circumstances of the case, which requires closer investigation. In his response, the lead defense counsel said such an application under Section 174, subsection 1 and 3 of the 1999 Constitution cannot be made orally. He also said the federal government cannot make any further application until it has released Mr. Emefiele as directed by the court. The DSS, fighting off correctional officers within the court's premises, on July the 25th, rearrested Mr. Emefiele within the court's premises following his arraignment on a 2-count charge of alleged illegal possession of firearms and ammunition.
So we're withdrawing pending further investigation, at the end of which we'll probably come back with more charges. There is also another pending charge at the FCT High Court as we speak. So all this combined to slow down the process of complying with the orders of the court. It's about the charges at the FCT High Court, conferring unlawful advantage. There are charges that borders on procurement offenses under the ICPC Act.
Regarding the failure of the DSS to release Mr. Emefiele on bail, the DPP said there were administrative protocols which the agency had to abide by before transferring the detainee to a correctional facility as ordered by the judge, which delayed its obedience of the court's order.
Would you prefer access or the obedience of an order that says you can go to your house and sleep? Which will you take? We don't care about access. We are not asking for access. We are saying that the Nigerian laws must be obeyed. And if the courts in this country give an order, God forbid the day that court orders will be subject to interpretation of every subordinate agency.
The judge adjourned to Thursday, August the 17th, to give a ruling on the matter, adding that this latest development is a surprise to the court. Kemi Foladeyemo, TVC News, Lagos.
And that's all we can take when it comes to news. We still have more coming your way a little later on. You need to stay right there. Wake Up Nigeria continues.
You're welcome back. It's time for What's Up and About. All four hosts here, myself, Titi, and of course Winfrey and Winfrey's dress.
Yeah, Winfrey's dress has a personality of its own today. But it is World Winfrey Day today. Happy birthday once again, Winnie darling. You look glorious.
Thank you.
Now, something that's been trending since Monday is another occurrence, or let's say instance of this case of this issue of sex for grades. And if for those that have probably been living under a rock, there have been allegations held out against the dean of law in UNICAL, that's University of Calabar, and for over alleged sexual harassment. Now, a lot of ladies in UNICAL came out dressed in their white and black to protest against this particular
With very descriptive placards.
Very descriptive placards. And they were not holding back, chanting things like, go, go, go. And before women come together with that kind of energy, you know it's probably gotten to a point where the
inquiry here. Now, he was suspended at one time for the same allegation. Are you referring to the same case, or was this another one?
Well, that remains to be seen, as the student in question, her name has been withheld for obvious reasons.
Is there a date to her, to the allegation?
It is very possible there's a date to the allegation, but this was all about the protests. No, I'm here to speak about the fact that the women are actually finally coming out to protest. It's
but
not
what's held them back
just
for so long in any case? I mean, is it a case of where they have protested before, or they have made mentions or made reports and it wasn't taken seriously? And if that's so, why would that ever be a thing? Why would such a serious allegation get to the point where it has to take the form of a protest of all the women coming out?
There's only one word that comes to mind: stigma.
Really?
They just don't want to be stigmatized. Women have been basically silenced for so long in this particular instance, especially when it comes to tertiary institutions. Speaking out against a lecturer most likely means you're not graduating anytime soon. It means that you're going to have a rougher time even if you do graduate. And people just don't want eyes on them. And I just feel like for the first time, we're actually seeing them come together in this manner to actually speak up about it.
It's not the first time, because I mean, when we had the whole situation of sex for grades, that time there was a protest, and even beyond the stigma, right? It is something that is seen as normal in school. So we need to literally talk about that. The fact that even the heads of schools don't see it as a big deal. Do you understand? Once upon a time, there was the song, Mr. Lecturer, I need to pass my papers. Do you understand? Even if it was being played as the girl that literally explained, think of how many years that song literally, decades, do you understand? So it has been seen as norm, do you understand? In a case like this, most times, as Titi rightly said, if you literally call out a lecturer on things like this, you probably will not graduate, because his whole lecturer board probably gang up against you and all that. And I mean, when the whole sex for grades thing came up, it seemed like it was a great time, because a lot of people, even a lot of schools responded, because the reporter literally went to the length to literally make sure it was a thing. And then even then, it seemed like certain things were curbed, even from, aside the sexual allegations as well, people, even lecturers collecting money to admit students and all of that. But then again, it just seems like there's no proper structure or proper measure being taken out by the schools to make sure these lecturers don't do things like this. So it's just really sad.
What goes on to worry me is the fact that this was the Faculty of Law.
Yeah, exactly.
Where you'd expect that certain
yes.
tenets would be upheld.
Yeah,
But
and I would
this is
say
what's happening here.
Decorum.
I will say that because also I went to University of Benin. We heard of certain things happening in certain departments.
Name names, Winfrey. Name names.
There are no names.
Sorry
There are
about
no
that.
names to be
I hope
named.
not.
But then again, certain departments were notorious for this kind of things. I wouldn't say outrightly that it didn't happen in the law department, but I never heard of any case. But I'm sure there were situations whereby people were stigmatized, or rather, people were actually victimized, right? Because I even had friends literally that didn't pass certain courses time and time again because of certain things. But most of the times it was probably based on lecturers from other departments and all of that. But then again, I just think it's wrong. And then the situation of, you want to say that thing you said, or shall I couch it for you?
Oh, no. That's it. I don't want to name names here. Don't want to
There's
tell
a situation of, I mean, fine, as much as, yes, the lecturers, of course, literally put themselves, I mean, in this case, it was an outright case. You ordered her in. And please, if you're in a situation where they order you into their office, please, you have the right to walk away, walk in the opposite direction. There's not, you can actually say no and walk away and all of that. But
It is possible to walk away. It is possible to call on other lecturers for advice with a particular...
Female lecturers.
Even female lecturers sometimes
Now,
have
here's the
their-
thing. I was going to touch on that,
True.
yes. Back in school, I remember cases where we talked about how these instances have been normalized in tertiary institutions. How do I put it now? There were cases where even female lecturers would actually pander to these insinuations. I'm sorry, Titi. To these insinuations of, are you not the one dating Mr. So? And they will laugh about it. That goes to show how normal it seemed. And then some people were even, it would, in a sense, put on a certain kind of pedestal for their fraternity with
lecturers, exactly.
To show that even they did not even mind these kinds of canoodling or fraternity. You know, so that's also there to be taken into account if you get what I mean.
There needs to be a proper structure put in place.
There is a law that says you can't date a student, isn't there?
There should be.
There must be.
But then again, I'll outrightly say this, even if a student comes on to you, which is probably what Mazino is trying to say, you can say no, you should say no, as probably the older person, not in all cases, but professionally, based on what you do, based on ethics and literally like practicing your profession, you should actually say no because you know what it would look like, even if it's something else. It's just so sad.
There's so many angles to this conversation that definitely can't be discussed.
He's currently on suspension, isn't he? Let's mention that.
He has been suspended, of course, from duty, but we'd love to hear your opinion on what this topic is about. Use our hashtag WakeUpNigeriaOnTVC and let's hear what you think. We'll be back after this.
And you're welcome back. It's time for the dailies. If you're going out and picking up a daily, well, maybe we can help you out with the headlines so you know which one might be your interest. We're going to start with the Daily Trust today, and I'm not alone. I have, of course, the Princess of Wake Up Nigeria in the studio, Winfred Evian Agbeleshe. Thank you very much. I'm sorry. I just had to.
They'll come for you, don't worry. Keep on. Keep at it.
All right. Let's do the Daily Trust here. Our first headline that hits you. Well, a couple. I'll land on the big one, but let's start with the Niger situation. ECOWAS insist on sanctions as northern elders demand withdrawal. Of course, they will be most affected because they're on borders with Niger, and you can only imagine how that's going to affect things from economics to social life and all of that. After Tinubu CBN governors meeting, dollar crashes to 790 naira at parallel market, which was welcome. Not where we want to go, but we want more, is what I'm saying. We're hoping 790 is what's obtained 3 months ago.
So it seems like it's fluctuating. It's literally going up and down. So people still anticipate that it's going to hit 1,000, but we hope that that's that.
Let's hope that it comes back down to where we remember it to be. Terrorists claim responsibility for a helicopter crash. NAF investigates. And the big one for the Daily Trust. Families cry out as food prices hit rooftop. Bags of rice, maize, beans, sugar gari on weekly increase. Inflation eroding capital-based traders say. Experts seek suspension of tariffs. Others in Kogi, Lagos, Bayelsa pay more. Inflation hits 24.08%. There's a chart on there that shows the inflation rate. I'm going to talk about that on the next papers. But how are you seeing the prices going up? How's that affecting your household?
How is it not affecting everybody's household? It is actually crazy. No matter who you think you are, you actually feel it. Now, people, the money you usually use to buy stuff that lasts for a month or 2 months or 3 months, literally you have to like triple it, not even double it. And it keeps on going up by the day because even the traders, even at this new rates, they're still complaining and saying it's not. They're telling you how much they used to buy it. So now in the markets is a conversation. You literally have to have a conversation.
You don't buy bargain anymore. You just like, Tia, beg now.
Do you understand? Literally and all of that. But then again, the things that they're not even holding up, they don't understand. Of course, they don't want to understand that, oh, okay, things are not necessarily going wrong. Like, price of things are going up. It's not like salaries are increasing or anything. But then again, they have to buy and sell and make their profits.
There was the instance of the cooking gas price coming down, but only just recently. In the past 1 week, it's gone back up again.
Yes.
But let's move on to the next paper. I think you've got that one. What is it?
Yes, I do. So now, of course, we're starting, the same on the punch here. We have the same situation of Niger. ECOWAS tightens sanctions. Junta demands power supply. Right beside that, we see EFCC goes after dollar speculators. CBN clashes bank allocation. So, a lot of people have actually been having conversations on this situation, also talking about how, to bring the dollar back to certain measures have to be taken to actually stabilize it at a fair rate. So we have federal government may sell stakes in NNPC, 19 entries already. We have that on page 18. And for the major headline here, we have 6.9 billion naira procurement fraud for the federal government arraigns Emefiele allies Thursday. We have that on page 2. Now, CBN procurement director seeks others to testify against ex-Apex Bank governor. Suspended CBN governor allegedly bought 100 vehicles through employees. Now, I know I've had several conversations on this particular issue with friends and all of that. And I think the major thing talking about there is the fact that people talk about how these people are actually in certain positions and the kind of things they perpetrate while they're in certain positions. And it is the Central Bank of Nigeria. Anyone literally found doing any funny business, they definitely should be held to book. But then again, we're looking at what this situation is going to turn out to eventually. So now we have an image there. We have a canoe, and of course it says one dies, others missing as oil rig collapses in Delta. Niger ambush, Tinubu mourns soldiers, NAF vows to pound bandits. We have that on page 7. Abia woman arrested for stealing friend's 1-month-old baby. And of course, we have one more on the rights. But I think, we'll probably take all that for it.
Very interesting instance happening in Niger, but we'll move on to the next paper. Hopefully we find that and I can give 2 pence on that one. Let's move on now to the Guardian newspaper. Guardian newspaper, big headline here. FG in deregulation dilemma as 24% inflation worsens poverty. If you understand inflation, that means your purchasing power has just gone down by 24%. I can't explain it in full terms, but what you used to buy perhaps maybe 1,000 naira before is now 1,240 naira or something like that. You would spend more. There's a chart there, a more descriptive chart than what we saw on the Daily Trust that gives you the rate of inflation from January through to July and how it's come from 24% to 26.98% this month. At the top of the Guardian, we've got Nigerians may wait longer for Tinubu's cabinet despite hasty screening. Find that on page 6 to make interesting reading. And we'll maintain petrol price without subsidy reversal, says Tinubu. Was this welcome to hear? Yes, it was. Were we still happy? No, we weren't, because we were happier from before. However, many argue that this is what we have to do. If you don't do this, then we're going to just continue with the rate of corruption that is being said was inherited from past administration. With the dollar instance, it makes everything even more worse because apparently all we have to sell is crude oil.
It's crude oil.
Companies are experiencing losses continuously. Big companies in Nigeria, the telcos and all the rest have just put out their statements for the first half of the year, and it would seem that it's no longer attractive to invest in Nigeria.
In Nigeria, true.
So all Nigeria can actually do is sell what it has. What does it have? It's the oil. However, the dollar instance is making this almost impossible because we are still going back door to buy dollars. So it's a CBN oil sales thing that's going to help, that might be responsible for lifting Nigeria out of the doldrums where it is.
I would say with where we are now, it seems like a double-edged sword. So we have the price of oil on one side, we have the dollar on the other side. As you say, people actually are pulling. A lot of companies over the past, let's say 6 to 1 year, have literally pulled.
Especially the past 6
months. I'm talking about airlines, the pulled literally operations coming in and out of Nigeria and different things. So I mean, it's heavy because I mean the companies are suffering, the individuals suffering, and also because we are a consumer economy mostly. Do you understand? and we import a lot of things. So if that import should stop, as much as it may seem like everything is tough, it may actually push us to where we need to be.
Which is produce more.
Which is produce more and export more, which literally makes everything balanced eventually. So actually, and to be very honest, we have a lot of businesses that have started over the years, a lot of businesses over the sector. So we're hoping that the government can actually make these businesses thrive with certain needed, what would I say now?
Policy,
policies and all of that. Yes, and I think that will actually help us.
Take out the taxes. Let the entrepreneurs breathe.
Let them breathe.
Is what I say. If we have more businesses that are thriving, hey, the economy is going to get better. We can sell outside the country. Thank you very much, Princess.
Thank you, Martino.
That's all you get today. All right, now we've got more happening. Let's move over to the kitchen. Move over to the kitchen where Titi's been standing by, and I say that deliberately. She's been standing since because Winfrey has been talking since.
Oh wow.
Titi, please, Ojari, Navis, how are you? What's going on in there?
So much is about to happen in the Wake Up Nigeria kitchen right now. Chef Deborah is in the building. Now, she's also known as the palm wine plug. So just go check her out. You know, go Google her to understand what we're talking about. It's great to have you in the building today. Thanks for coming to join us in the kitchen.
Thank you very much.
Chef Deborah, what are we making today?
Okay, we are making a ferretidote, the Calabar style bitter leaf soup.
There is a Calabar-style bitter leaf soup, and it's different from the bitter leaf we have maybe in this part of the country?
Yes, it is.
How? What are the key differences?
Okay, the slicing patterns of the leaves and the method of cooking.
All right.
It's quite different.
Okay, let's talk ingredients now. Let's start from this side of the table. We have some nice-looking proteins here. What are these?
We have goat meat and cowhide, which is pomo.
Goat meat and pomo. You've done something to this already?
Yes, I have already marinated it.
Okay. Not boiled, not cooked in any way?
Not boiled, not cooked.
Marinated?
Marinated with a little salt.
Okay.
Seasoning cube and pepper.
All right, beautiful. Now there's fish here as well. Talk to us about this.
Okay, normally we use the Calabar River fishes, but since it's scarce in Lagos, I decided to go for an alternative, which is panla. So we have panla fish here, and we have stockfish, which should give us that flavor, that native flavor we need.
Meaty flavor in the food, that stockfish, and the aroma is very powerful. We can smell it all over the kitchen right now. What's this?
This is blended crayfish.
One more time?
Blended crayfish.
Crayfish. Did you blend it yourself?
Yes, I did. Yes, I did.
Did you use a special method? Was it dry blender, or did you grind it in a pestle?
No, I used a dry blender.
Dry blender. Okay, fantastic. So we have our crayfish, we have some round fish, stockfish, goat meat, and cowhide. That's pomo. Now let's talk about the spices.
Okay, we have habanero pepper, and we have the seasoning cube we are using today is Maggi Naija pot.
Oh, okay.
Which gives us that traditional feel. And we have native palm oil. Then we have our bitter leaf and water leaf.
Water leaf, notoriously, whenever I see water leaf, I think about when you add it to hot water and the thing shrinks like this. And I just feel so upset because I've finished plucking all these water leaves, and then when the soup finally comes out, it's just so small. I don't know, is there a secret to making sure it stays plenty in my pot?
No, definitely no.
No. All right, then. So what exactly am I supposed to do first if I want to prepare this at home?
Okay, first of all, you prep everything. First of all, wash the meat, wash the cowhides.
Yeah.
Ensure your fish is well deboned.
Okay.
Wash your stockfish. Wash and chop your water leaf.
Okay.
Wash and chop your bitter leaves. After which you thoroughly wash it. You have to wash the bitter leaves for at least 3 times to get rid of that bitter taste.
Wow. 3 times. So you've washed this 3 times?
No, not yet.
You've not washed it yet?
Yes.
So when you say wash it, are you talking about like scrubbing cloths?
No, no, no.
Okay, how do you mean wash it?
Now, when you get water leaf, bitter leaf in the market, after plucking, you wash it like as if you're washing water leaf.
Okay.
Then you chop it normally, as if you're chopping your fluted pumpkin.
Okay.
After which you proceed to washing it again to get rid of that bitter taste.
So are we using a sieve for this?
Yes.
Or, okay, so you just put it in a sieve and I guess the bitterness comes out with the water.
Yes, it does.
Fantastic. So what are we doing right now, Chef?
Okay, I'm about to wash the water leaf.
Okay, all right. So the process of washing the water leaf, do you add anything to the water?
No, nothing is added,
Okay.
just water.
All right.
If you add, some people add salt, but in the process of cooking, it changes the taste of that food.
Okay.
Most people add vinegar, that's white vinegar, but adding white vinegar to this would not give you that native traditional feel you should have.
Okay. So now, are we doing any palm oil bleaching
No, we're
at
not.
all? You're adding
We're
the palm
adding
oil?
it directly to the soup.
Fantastic. All right. So this is quite a process, but we need to begin with the washing of the leaves now. We'll be doing that while we take this quick break. Maybe you can start your own at home. Maybe you have some of these ingredients handy around the house. We would love to see what you come up with as well. Use our hashtag WakeUpNigeriaOnTVC. Let's see if you can make Chef Deborah's meal at home. We'll be back after this quick break. Stay with us.
Thank you for staying with us. It's still a beautiful Wednesday morning edition of Wake Up Nigeria. And right now it's time for relationship. We have a very strong conversation right now. And I have with me Seun Olabode, who will be discussing the topic, shopping for a lover. Now, Seun is the founder and lead counselor of the Relationship and Marriage Academy, a platform that offers pragmatic approaches to help individuals heal and forge lasting marriages. Welcome to Wake Up Nigeria.
Thank you very much.
It's great to have you
Pleasure
here.
to be on Wake Up Nigeria.
And this is your second time on the show. Yes. Amazing. Okay, so now this topic is quite interesting. Shopping for a lover. So now I want to know, so when you were picking up the topic, what did you have in mind really?
Actually, when it comes to emotional relationship, what we do is akin to the normal day-to-day shopping.
Okay.
Because shopping indicates the desire
Yes.
to have something. And when it comes to emotional relationship, shopping for a lover means the desire to love and be loved.
Okay, so now the desire to love and be loved. So when I'm thinking shopping, I'm thinking shoe shopping, dress shopping. So sometimes you know specifically what you want to buy. In some cases, especially when you're shopping for, let's say, food items, right? You have a grocery list, right? But on other days, you're literally just strolling by and you just see something, you're like, oh, okay, I can need that. So which one is it when it comes to the love affair?
Actually,
Yeah.
everyone is on it.
Okay.
And it eventually indicates the kind of relationship you end up with.
Very true.
So there are different types of shoppers when it comes to relationship. They are the impulsive buyers. You didn't plan the relationship. You were just going and you saw the man tall, dark, and handsome. Muzzle well-toned, biceps, triceps, everything in place. The beard well-groomed, and you just, wow. And it might be the guy, you just saw the lady, blessed at the bosom, the figure 8, the backside is well-rounded. She has the cat walk and is elegant.
Mazino is
And before
nodding
you know
aggressively.
That is an impulsive buyer.
All right.
Then there is the brand loyalist.
Brand loyalist, okay.
Brand loyalist, just like the normal shopping.
Yes.
No matter what is in the
No
market, they are loyal to a particular product.
Oh, wow.
A particular company.
Okay.
And it happens in relationship too.
Oh, really?
Regardless of the value, the character, and the improvement the person out there might want to bring to the table. If the person doesn't meet a particular idea of a perfect mate, maybe 6 foot, maybe 5'8", maybe a particular bust size, or maybe a particular complexion, it doesn't do it for you.
True.
Then there are some that are bargain seekers. The bargain seekers are the kind of emotional shoppers that are looking for the cheap way out. People that will say, I will marry you if you are an American citizen or a British citizen, so that automatically, so whether the person is good or bad, as long as you are a citizen,
You meet that criteria.
you meet the criteria. Then there is the educated shopper. The educated shopper is the one that takes his or her time. You do your due diligence, you do the necessary and required research about what love is, who you are, the kind of person that can fit into your life and into your space before you make any move.
Oh, I love literally how you just broke everything down. It actually makes total sense. It's interesting how we can actually apply these basic things like shopping to relationship and love. Now, when you spoke and described all, one literally sounded like what we should be doing. But let me not go ahead of myself and ask you. So now, what is the right type of mindset, or what's the perfect type of shopper to be in the market of love?
Okay. Please, briefly, let me digress by saying, from my experience last week, we can't cover this.
Okay.
And because we can't cover it, there are books on the Amazon Kindle covering this.
Yes.
There is some shopping for a lover.
Okay, written by you?
Yes.
Oh, amazing, amazing.
And there is the call of forgiveness that I discussed last week. So they can see it on Amazon Kindle.
Oh, lovely.
Or ramacademy.org.
Oh, okay, amazing.
So the best shopper to be is the educated shopper. And the things an educated shopper does is, first and foremost, you know what you want. What do you want? Okay, I want a relationship. Why do you want it?
Okay, okay.
Is it because your friends are already in relationship?
Yes.
Or you feel the time is right and you are prepared to have a relationship?
Yeah.
Then when you know your why, then you now go for an accredited vendor.
Okay.
Because there are roadside vendors and you can get it cheap at the roadside.
Yes.
But when you get it cheap at the roadside, if something happens, you can't take it back.
You can't take it back.
They don't have a permanent address. But when you go to an accredited vendor, they have their brand, their name and integrity to protect.
Very true.
It happens in relationship too. You met the lady, all those night workers.
Yes.
I'm not castigating anybody. But you can't carry a night worker and expect that some things will not go south eventually because they are in it for money. You are in it for emotions.
Okay, okay.
So go for an accredited shopper. Then the next thing you ask.
So before you go on, I want to ask you, in your experience, what would you say is accredited shopper in this situation? In this whole love?
Accredited shoppers are people that have roots. People that can be traced, people that can be observed to see that they are living their truth. People that have people you can report them to if they misbehave.
Very important.
Or people that have mentors, people that are training them. Because for everything you want to do in life, there are people that are succeeding at it.
Very true.
So who is this person learning from? Who influences this person? Because everybody listens to somebody.
Everybody listens to somebody.
And the person you give your ears to influences your life eventually. So there are people you have the opportunity to be able to observe them, to be able to know that they are living what they're saying, to be able to know that they have the kind of association and friends you want in your space. The people that you want, or the people that you appreciate them speaking into the life of their person. And you want to know where they work, how they live their day-to-day life. Because a relationship eventually is supposed to evolve. Most times into marriage. And if you are thinking of spending the rest of your life with someone, you have to be sure that you're making the right decision.
Okay, so now I have two questions. Now, which one should I take first? So now it seems like this is a very calculated way of like selecting a partner to settle down with. And it seems to me like this, if you follow the steps, it might actually negate the whole concept and idea of love at first sight, one, and also finding true love, finding your soulmate. So what would you say? What are your thoughts on love at first sight and then finding the soulmate?
So I believe that there can be attraction at first sight. You can love who you see at first sight. I don't negate that. But there cannot be trust at first sight because you don't know them.
Don't know the person.
And trust is based on the knowledge and the consistency over time. So you don't limit it to love. Love at first sight just gets you attracted to the person. But you need to do your due diligence to know that there is a character and an integrity and a value that backs up what attracted you in the first place.
Okay, so it's not enough to just get attracted to someone. You have to literally do the background work, make sure you're educated, make sure you know yourself as amongst other amazing
And I might quickly want to chip in. There are instances, unique instances, when you will see what you like and you may not be able to afford it.
Okay.
It's just like going to the normal shopping mall.
Yeah.
You see some things, they fit you, they size you.
Yes, but you cannot
your
afford
budget
it.
cannot afford it.
All right.
And it happens at times.
At times, all right.
Even
amazing.
in that instance, you need to walk away.
You need to walk away. Thank you so much. And on that note, we will be walking away because we're out of time. Thank you so much for being here.
Welcome.
We have TT standing by. Stick around. I mean, next week we have more relationships. So yeah, stick around and watch that. So TT, what's happening in the kitchen?
I'm actually here wondering if I'm an emotional shopper. I don't know. I actually need to go and assess my shopping habits. But I'm not shopping. I'm not in the market anymore, if you know what I mean. But that was a really interesting discussion, I have to say. Chef Deborah in the kitchen, and we're making something special. For those that weren't here when we started, what's it called one more time?
Efferetidots.
Efferetidots. Okay. It's bitter leaf calabar style? Calabar style. We are moving on with this process now, and we've just washed the vegetables, the water leaf and the bitter leaf. You washed it how many times?
3 times.
3 times. Okay. Now it looks like it has shrunken a little, but not too much. What's the next move?
Steaming the protein.
Steaming the protein. The protein we have here is goat meat. Go ahead, please. Is goat meat and pomo, and we are putting it directly into the cookware now. Woo! It was marinated previously with pepper, right? Pepper and stock cubes. We have the list of ingredients right now. Of course, bitter leaf, water leaves, crayfish blended, goat meat or any protein of your choice, stockfish, essential, seasoning, salt, pepper, palm oil, pomo, and any other dry fish of your choice. Now, I can tell you that I'm looking forward to seeing how this all turns out. Ooh, okay. So the goat meat and pomo are in the cookware now, but you didn't add anything to it.
No, they add water.
You did?
No, I did not.
You didn't?
Yes.
Any specific reason why?
Yes, so I let it cook in its juice for a few minutes before adding water.
Okay.
That way, the meat is tasty.
Okay. Now, the next move for us is this.
I want to wash the stockfish, then add it directly.
All right. Now, stockfish comes in, different shapes, sizes. Is there any particular piece of the stockfish that you look out for when you're cooking?
No, I make sure most times I get the head, most times
okay.
the ear, and then the cutlets.
Okay.
But this is the head that comes with the ear.
Wow. Any specific reason why?
It's more flavorful.
Interesting. All right, more flavorful. And it looks like you're deboning that quite easily as well. I always find it so challenging working with stockfish, but it looks like it's going perfectly. Hopefully you're trying this at home as well. Use our hashtag WakeUpNigeriaOnTVC and let's see what you are up to. Stockfish is going straight in as well with the goat's meat, and that's gonna cook nicely together. We have a quick break coming your way. Stay with us. Welcome back. It's time for the second hour of Wake Up Nigeria to begin. We are your midweek boost of energy and positivity.
Sounds like something I know somebody else would say, but it's all good. Hey, it's good that you guys know. First hour, well, that's gone. We were just warming up back there. Right now, we've got the main event, and we're excited and electrified to get going for the second hour. We've got so much in store for you guys.
So grab a cup of whatever is warm and makes you comfortable in the mornings and get ready to dive in. We have a lot of laughter, inspiration, and of course some music that will help keep your spirits high all day long.
Absolutely. Of course, inside of the kitchen, we are not just alone, both of us. There is Winfrey and our chef. She's taking over. Let's find out exactly. Winfrey, how are you seeing what TT's been doing in there with our chef?
I mean, it's looking amazing. Like, Chef Deborah is here hard at work. And it's the fufu for me. The fufu is standing by. It's standing by, really. We're making, you said Calabar type version of bitter leaf soup. I mean, I've never seen this one before. Definitely looking forward. I mean, we have the protein in the pots now. In there we have, what do you have there?
Goat meat, skull height, and stockfish and banda fish.
And banda fish. I mean, everything is coming together very, very
well. Winfrey, I can't help but notice that there's lots of vegetables in there, and I don't know if your dress was inspired by the vegetables today.
It was.
Because it's like, look, hey.
What?
Winfrey looks like bitter leaf.
I'm giving guy, green literally stands for life, so yeah.
Honestly,
giving you life.
I don't know.
I'm sorry, I can't help it. I'm sorry, but
we know you can't help it. That's the problem. But we're going to be ignoring all those snide comments because we have loads of great things coming your way. It is about positivity today. My name is Titilayo Oyinson.
My name is Mazino Appeal. Remember, it's not just about watching, it's also about engaging with us. So please make sure you use the hashtag WakeUpNigeria on all our social media platforms. We're at TVC Connect, just so you know, all the social media platforms, that's the handle. It's on X, Instagram, Facebook, and everything. And remember that you can also see us live anywhere you might be across the world. All you need to do is have our app on your phone, download on iOS, or on, I'm distracted because Winfrey's dancing inside the kitchen. It's like vegetable dancing on iOS and on Android, yeah, that.
Yeah, you sound like a vegetable. GOTV channel 16 and UHF channel 49. That's where you can find us. Whether you're at home, you're at work, you're on the move, we are right there for you to make sure we follow you all through the morning.
Yeah, so let's keep the energy high, please. Smiles as wide as 100 meters. Please make sure that you're partnering with us here for a great entertainment experience. It's going to be amazing. So what's coming up, girl? For a musical performance, we have music sensation, singer-songwriter, recording, and performing act Amaka. Now, she'll be thrilling us with her latest single. We can't wait to have her here.
And finally, joining us on the couch is a Nollywood actor who's featured in numerous movies like Ekumeji and The Bond. Regardless of, you know what, there's so much to this guy. We know he's going to be bringing some life to his characters right here on set with us. We can't wait for him to get here. Kiki Bakare is going to be in the building.
Thank you so much for staying with us. An interesting performance right there. Now we delve into another interesting conversation, and I have right here with me Peace Omesue, okay? Now, she is the CEO of a real estate company, Trusted Choice Assets Limited. I got it. I'm pretty sharp. Welcome to Wake Up Nigeria.
Thank you very much.
All right, so now we're here to talk today about women in leadership positions, right? How women, I mean, we're done with the era of women being relegated to the back end, to the kitchen and all of that. Now we actually want to talk and zoom in on issues as regards women being at the forefront of this. Also, like commemorating the International Youth Day. That actually was on the 12th of August. So what do you have to say about that? How can we link this? This is 2023. I mean, what would you say, in your view, is the role that women have to play in businesses?
Oh, thank you very much. Regarding women being involved in leadership position and in business generally, it's something that, if you will agree with me, women were not actually prepared for that. So we have the family where a male child is born and a female child is born, and the parents are busy preparing the man while they feel the woman should clean the house,
yes, true,
cook the food, because one day she'll be married off and she'll be staying somewhere. But then, if you watch the trend, you realize that women are changing a whole lot. Women are changing the world. I believe you know that a woman is a president of a certain country.
Yeah, true.
So
true.
I believe women should be included in everything, in leadership, in business. Obviously, I'm a woman and I'm the CEO of a real estate company.
Yeah.
And we're doing fine.
Okay.
We're doing fine. So I believe women should be involved in leadership and business
Okay,
positions.
so it's one thing to say women should be involved in leadership positions, right? Now, over the years, yes, it can be said, okay, fine, society didn't necessarily give women a fair and partial role when it comes to things like this. Now, what would you say? Would you say, okay, fine? I mean, gone are the days, I think, to be sitting down and saying, okay, fine, society this, patriarchy that, right? Now, women stepping forward to take up this role. Now, what do you think? Now, in a situation, there are certain women that still have a mentality that, okay, fine, I'm a woman, so therefore probably give me preferential treatment, or because I'm a woman, put me here and everything. What would you say in that? Now, what is our responsibilities stepping up into these positions?
Okay, women's responsibility in stepping up into these positions. Well, we should stop seeing ourselves as weaklings. We are equally as strong. I'm not, I wouldn't say I'm not a feminist, but then I'm also not a feminist. But I believe women should step up to the stadium because, well, there's a saying that what a man can do, a woman can also do, not better, a woman can also do. So
I'll say better, excuse you.
A woman can also do.
Okay.
I shouldn't mention the things that men can do that women cannot do. Let's not go there.
Okay.
So if we have a society that says women can be involved, as a woman, I believe we should dream, and we should believe that our goals and our dreams can be achieved. So we ourselves shouldn't relegate ourselves to the background.
Okay.
For example, Peace Omiswe started sales generally way back in 2016.
Okay.
When it seemed as if, she couldn't actually do nothing for herself. But today, she's the CEO of a real estate company.
Amazing. So how has that been to you, being a woman leading in this type? I mean, because real estate in Nigeria especially, it's quite an aggressive, it's an aggressive field for a woman to be in and all of that. So how has the experience been like for you?
Okay, so I also get this, how have you been coping?
Yeah.
It's the male world, the real estate is this, is that.
Yeah.
It's just determination, focus, and passion. So helping people is what I love doing.
Yeah.
And I also love human capital development. So when I ventured into the real estate sector, it was really not easy. I started off as a salesperson. Then I saw that a lot of youths now are just idle doing nothing. And I saw the opportunities that abound in the industry where they can actually make a lot of money. So what I started doing differently was gathering both youth, male and female, and start training them on how they can actually make money through real estate.
Yes.
And since 2018 to date, okay, I've trained over 800, if not 1 million people, and most of them are doing fine. Most of them are doing fine. And I'm still doing that.
Yeah.
Do you understand? So it's not easy, but you just need to find your niche as a woman, right? And run with it. The industry is very broad.
It's very broad.
The industry is broad. It's tedious, it's tough, but as I said before, with determination, focus, and you have your goal here in mind, you can actually achieve
Amazing. So
whatever
we're actually talking about the International Youth Day as well, which happened on the 12th of August. And then there you are talking about training over, or probably up to 1 million youths in all of female and male in real estate. Now, what would you say the role of the youth is, especially in today's Nigeria, considering the way things are going? A lot of people are complaining about inflation, the fuel price hike and everything. Now, the youth literally seem to be the ones probably at the middle and the center of things. So what would you have to say to them?
Okay, as the word says or goes, that the youths are the leaders of tomorrow. It may not look like it's in the system we find ourselves, but then our youth should not relent. I believe they shouldn't relent. As I said earlier, you need to dream.
Yes.
Find out what you can do. I won't say don't wait for our government, but just be you, because if everybody's waiting for our government, you realize that you will just wait for a very long time. If I was waiting for the government, I don't think I would ever meet you, right? So youth should pick up their passion, learn a skill, do something for yourself. Okay, yes, I'm going to the university, I'm done, I get my degree. So what are you not doing with it? Sitting at home doing nothing? Pick up a skill. While you're in school, look out for a skill to learn. There are a lot of things you can learn, and you can actually learn some of these things without money. Okay, for example, you can learn real estate without money.
Without money?
You can come to me, I will train you, and you make a lot of money.
Okay, right? I mean, that sounds really, something you can learn without money.
Without money, yeah,
I think that's actually brilliant. Thank you so much, Peace. It was amazing talking to you. I wish you all the best. With your business, with the real estate. I probably want to buy land first. A whole house.
It's important to do that.
Thank you so much. Okay, and you heard it from Peace here. Learn a skill, get something doing, get busy. All right, and on that note, we're going on a quick break, and when we come back, we still have quite a few things to do right here, so stay with us.
All right, it's a wonderful Wednesday.
It is. It has been a great show. It's good to be at the last segment here, and it's still keeping up with what we promised you guys was going to happen. Excitement.
Yeah, great positive energy. And handsomeness has just entered the studio.
Thank you very much.
Yeah, wow. As you know.
Not me.
Move over. We have on the couch a Nollywood actor. He has featured in numerous movies. Great movies. And as soon as you hear his name, you'll know exactly who we're talking about. He's known for bringing characters to life and being really excellent at interpreting his roles. The amazing Kiki Bakari in the building.
Good to have you here. I'm not going to put you on the spot, I promise, but we've had you on the black table. It was a great event and everything. So it's good to have you here on Wake Up Nigeria.
Yeah.
Hey, let's get the discussions on the roll. I don't like when they refer to you as Yoruba Nollywood actor. You're more than just Yoruba Nollywood actor, aren't you?
Yes.
You do English movies as well.
Yes.
I mean, what was that one? Was it the Bond? What is it?
Bond? The Bond?
No, not the Bond.
Which one are you talking about?
Can't remember the name of it, but I enjoyed it. I enjoy your movies.
Thank you.
So that dichotomy, when people say Yoruba movie actor, Nigerian English actor, does it give you does it make you feel a type of way? Be honest.
To be honest, it doesn't. I just felt like
both Yoruba and English were all Nollywood actors. So it depends on your preference.
Yeah.
You get, for me, I do both. You get, maybe because they see you more in the Yoruba movie, so they just decide to tag you as a Yoruba actor. But for me, we're all Nollywood actors.
Sorry, I
The
hope you
so-called people that you see in the English movies, they all come to the Yoruba movies as well.
Exactly.
But which do you prefer? Which do you prefer performing as?
For me, once the script is good,
Oh, okay.
I'm good to go.
All right.
I've got a follow-up question. So, as a Yoruba actor and also as an English performing actor as well, do you have to embody a certain or a different kind of mental state when you're performing each of these? Because I know Yoruba acting is very observatory. You know, hear me! And then English movies like, oh, you're talking to me? So is there a different state of mind rather, you have to embody?
For me, it depends on the character you're playing. You know, even if you're on the English set and your character requires that you raise your voice, you would raise your voice. And if you're on the Yoruba scene and you have to lower your voice, you would lower your voice. It depends on the character that you're playing.
It's all good. It's all good.
So over the years, you know, Nigerian sets have gotten bigger,
Yes.
better, a lot more equipment and a lot more attention to detail. Now, I'm wondering what aspects of the industry are impressing you the most right now and what you want to get into next.
Well, for me, I would say the so-called Yoruba Nollywood that you say. For now, they're even the ones that are doing better now. See Jagun Jagun, for instance.
Yes.
Movie
Saw that
that
yesterday.
you won't believe that, okay, this is a Yoruba movie. It is well shot. That movie is 100%. Do you get? So for that, you won't just see one of the actors and say, okay, this is a Yoruba actor now. It's gone beyond that now.
Are those scripts written in Yoruba? Are you presented those kind of scripts in Yoruba, like you're reading in Yoruba and the descriptions are in Yoruba, or are they presented to you in English and you have to translate to Yoruba?
If it's a Yoruba movie, then it has to be a Yoruba
Are you
script.
serious?
Yes.
So if I can't read Yoruba, but I'm a Yoruba actor, how do I get past that challenge?
Well, you have a director, and then you have dialogue director. So he would like put you through and make you comfortable.
Yeah.
Wow.
Dialogue coaches, directors are all now on sets now.
Yes.
You're not just winging it. You're not just taking it as it comes with a set like Jagu Jagu now. I believe it's on a streaming platform.
Yes, it's on the streaming platform.
So the energy being put into these movies now is taking things to the next level. But what about the exposure? You know, because we just found out that you're actually married.
No. Sorry, let me. Allow me. Kiki, the last time we had you on one of our shows, you presented like one very, attainable, type of man. All of a sudden in February, we hear that you have a baby, not just anyhow, with your wife, and like. Now you've decided to be wearing ring. Why did you choose to keep this away from us for so long?
Well, it was a decision between my wife and I. We decided to keep it away from social media and from the world, right? So when we were ready, then we decided to put it out.
Does that have any impact in you being selected for a role, or the way people or fans see you? What are the effects and advantages or disadvantages?
Well, for me, when it comes to my job, it has no effect. But the female fans, I don't know, some of them are heartbroken.
Okay.
I got loads of messages, and I'm like, this is my life now. I have to plan my life. So for the female fans, I'm sorry I disappointed you guys.
But he's not sorry because he loves his wife.
Because I am married now. I love my wife.
But have they actually left you alone, though, the female fans? Because I hear that they say the married men are actually more attractive to some female fans.
I don't know. That's what they say.
I'm like I say this on this set right now. So are the single ladies still coming after this
Kiki,
married
do not
Kiki?
answer. Do not answer.
Why?
Your wife is watching.
Well, I don't get those DMs anymore, to be honest. Those kind of DMs.
Good answer. Good answer. Okay, so in your profession as a lady, back while you were on radio, do you remember any difference? I'm sorry, I'm switching to her because it's a follow-up.
It's okay.
Do you remember any difference from After you got married, while you were still on radio, was there a difference in how people reacted to you, how people sent you messages and all of that?
Well, that's assuming they used to send me messages in the first place. I don't know. They never used to send me messages. Yeah, people are more direct, face-to-face conversations, but that's another thing.
Okay.
But what I'm thinking about now is that times have changed, and the way you portray yourself outside is more important now, especially on social media. Has there been any change with the way you even present yourself? You know, in movies, the scripts you collect, the roles you collect now. So now that you're putting the married cap on.
Well, my wife, she's a very understanding person and she understands my profession, right? So, but then there's still some scripts that I wouldn't take. Not even because I'm married, just for my own kind of person.
Oh, okay.
So there are some that I would reject and there are some that I would take. So for me, once you're married to your friend, there's an understanding.
Nice. Okay, good. We saw a clip earlier when we were doing the introductions of you and the lady, and I assume that for most of these, you'd have to perhaps maybe be in close contact with your colleague as an actor, which might involve buddy or contact. Let's put it that way.
Yeah.
You will still take these kinds of roles, even the ones that ask you to go bare, naked, in bed with another woman. Would you still? I'm sorry, this is the high point of today, but we're just very curious.
No, I won't do that. Even if I am not married, I won't go naked. Yeah,
okay.
I won't do that.
Are you serious? Oh, really?
You wouldn't kiss anybody?
No, we could do kissing, but not so.
Even if it's like a huge Hollywood movie, now they call you.
Well,
let's not overflog this. This is asking you. All right, King, in any case, what are we looking forward to next from your stable?
Well, I have movies coming out. I have one, Big Fish, is coming out soon.
Big Fish?
Ejanla.
Ejanla, I get that.
It's coming out soon, in like a couple of months.
Okay.
Acting in it, directing or producing, what are you doing?
Producing, acting, and producing.
So you're moving on to that production phase, and then
I've been doing that.
You've been doing that.
Yeah.
Would there be a directing phase as well, or you've been doing that as well?
Well, for directing, I don't think so.
Can we know why that is?
For me, I don't think I have that patience.
What does it take?
Directors do a lot, and I don't really see myself doing it. So it's not really something that I like. I prefer to act.
What's the difference between a director and a producer in the movie?
Well, it's a director's film from beginning to the end. So, like, you have to put a lot of energy. Like, your brain is working. Like you own the whole film. So it's more tasking.
I'm wondering which directors you are hoping to work with next. Any big names you're hoping will call you for the next audition?
Well, any director can call me, actually. I'm open. I've worked with loads of directors. So I'm open to more directors.
All right, then.
So let's take this to a wider scope now when it comes to Nigerian movies. We've seen a movement from your regular storytelling of instances that happened here and now in Nollywood, this one, that one, that, to more epic movies. You mentioned one from before, Jagu Jagu, and we've got so many of them that are on streaming services. How does this, for you, how do you see this? Is this a big thing for Nigeria? Let's acknowledge that. But I'm very careful when I ask this. When we take the likes of movies like The Woman King, for instance, big budget movies that tell these big stories, epic stories, and we take movies like our own Jagu Jagu and all, do you think that we're reaching that mark, we've made that mark yet, or we've absolutely conquered it 100%? Or do you think that there's more improvement to be done? I will give you my own. I'll tell you what I think. I think that Nigerian movies are trying to do a lot at the same time. Visuals, plots, storytelling, and all of that. And maybe sometimes you lose me along the way, but that's just me. I'm a viewer, I matter. But from a professional, an actor and producer, from that standpoint, what do you think we might need to get us there if we aren't there? That's a long question, I'm sorry.
No, it's okay. For me, I believe that there's always room for improvement. No matter how good your movie is, when you want to make the next one, you always want to beat that particular. And for where we are right now, I would say that you're doing a lot. Like a lot compared to like last year, 2 years ago. I would take Femi Adebayo as an instance. He made Ageshikole first.
Okay.
And then if you watch Jagu Jagu, you know that Jagu Jagu is like way...
Graduation.
Do you understand? So I know that the one is going to probably do next will even be more, will be better. You understand? So for me, I feel like we are progressing. You know, and then you mentioned the Woman King here.
Yeah.
And for me, I feel like nobody will tell our own story
better than us.
Yes. So I feel
grand that you are a part of that industry. You're a very relevant part of that industry.
Indeed.
Good that we have you here talking about
very much.
Do we have anything for him, sir?
Yes, of course we do. We have the Calabar style bitter leaf standing by that you are going to taste today. But before we do that, we have a clip from some of your works.
For the sake of God, please forgive her. Please.
See, Dara, I don't want troubles. Let this girl leave my house now. She's still at 1,000.
Hey! Because of 1,000 naira, I can't scream like this.
Joke, $1,000.
All right, then. We're in the Wake Up Nigeria kitchen.
And it smells of bitter leaf. Like
Chef Deborah is here. Now, she is the palm wine plug. Just in case you were wondering, you want to check her out online. But she's made Calabar style bitter leaf.
Smells really, really good.
Yeah,
Welcome into the kitchen. Nice to meet you.
Thank
You're
you
looking
very
all
much.
dapper and all.
Thank you.
So we'd like you to have
I can't
a
even
taste.
take my eyes off the food.
I know, right?
I actually thought you were going to say you can't take your eyes off Winfrey. Today is her birthday, by the way.
Oh, happy
See,
birthday.
Yes, I don't know. Yeah, you're looking gone now. All right, then.
Give it a try. Give it a try. Let's
Okay,
have a taste. Let us know.
Yeah.
Let us know.
Was Jesus minus Satan?
Amen. So I'm a big fan of fufu. I love it.
Oh, is that for
Love it
That's
times
fufu.
2.
Actual fufu.
I'm telling you, actual fufu. You can smell it.
Ooh, Kiki, careful, it's hot. Don't burn your beard. On national TV.
Won't you like that? Hater.
Let's be talking about great.
Oh my goodness. That looks like a TV commercial.
Exactly.
But thank you so much for joining us, each and every one of you who tuned in today.
Yeah.
Yes, indeed.
Really good.
Thanks to all our guests. Thank you, Chef.
Thank
Chef
you.
Deborah here. Please make sure you come back again.
But please, make sure you come back again.
Alrighty, so that's it for a midweek hump of the week edition here for Wake Up Nigeria. Thank you very much. Thank you very much, Kiki. Thank you, Chef. Thank you, everybody who joined us and everybody who came to see our live vegetable pageant thing.
Wow.
Casino. Last one before we go. I swear to God, I'm not doing it again.
That is his way of saying happy birthday. I appreciate you, Mazino. I take it. Thank you.
Thank you.
See you guys tomorrow.
Thank you.
Bye.
Bye-bye.